So when I took this off, look at the surprise I found. Huh. What is that? What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm out in my shop and it feels really good to be out here. I had a doctor's appointment and I was able to get my boot completely off, so I'm done with that. No more boot. And the doctor has released me to get up and walk a little bit, said it was good for my foot to start getting some blood flow. I am starting to feel a little bit of feeling back in my foot to where I can move it a little bit more, but still only about 60%, so it is keeping me limited to what I can do. So most of all my work that I'm going to be doing tonight, I'll be sitting down, but we are going to get some stuff done. We got a brand new car this year, to me, and when I say brand new, it's got a lot of new parts on it. It is by no way, means, shape, or form new. It is probably the oldest car on the track, but it's new to me because of how much new things that I have. So let's get right into it and I'll show you guys the new to me 2022 ride for the legend car. So here is my legend car. I gave you guys an update in the last video and showed you a little bit of what we have here with the car. And I've got the doors back. I've got a whole mess of parts here. If you have been following along, you know that I've come across a few things that I did not like about this car, and we're going to get to that finally in this video. The gas tank, I'm going to show you guys that, and then I'm going to show you guys what we found out with the rear end, and then slowly but surely I'm going to start piecing this thing back together. The main thing that I would like to try to do tonight is, one, get that gas tank cleaned out, show you all what we have there, and two, get this rear end completely stripped back down so that we can get it washed to start putting the new parts in. I've mentioned to you guys before that I have new parts over there for the projects that we're going to be doing tonight, but we also went to Sunny South and I bought some new parts for this rear end. Dad has the rotors and the drums, and he is resurfacing and just resurfacing the rotors and the drums. He's just cleaning them up and making it to where the contact for the brakes is a lot better. They're way old, and so we're cleaning them up. But we'll get them back, and I'll get this rear end put completely back together. I'm going to get it washed and pressure washed and repainted, and hopefully get it all complete and put back in the car. But new paint scheme this year. I know that if you're new to the channel, you may not know, but we had silver and black last year, and we have now got the white and the black up top. And this whole thing was silver last year and just had black fenders. But this is our new paint scheme this year. We went with black and white. Wyatt's going to have the yellow complement color, and my car will have the red complement color when it comes to the numbers. But that's the update on the car. We're going to get some stuff done. As I've mentioned, we do not have our stickers yet, but we have some amazing new sponsors this year. So we're going to give you guys a real good video once we get everything put on the cars. And also, if you watched the last video, we gave you a build update on all of the builds. That was for our Mississippi division. Travis has been really busy. I know that I've mentioned to a lot of you, and if you're new to the channel, you'll be hearing it for the first time. Travis is working on something huge. He has got something really, really big in the works up there. And not only that, more importantly, he has a new baby girl on the way who will be here any day. And so Travis hasn't been able to do a lot of work, but he is going to be giving you guys an update video on his builds. He has been doing, a little bit of work here and there when he can find time, but he's been working on that really big thing, which I cannot disclose to you guys yet. Y'all just have to be sure to be subscribed and stay tuned to our channel to find out, because when that hits, it is going to be really, really awesome. But that's enough talking. I'm going to get to working as much as we can and show you guys first what in the world is going on with that fuel tank. So let's go check this thing out. So here's the fuel cell. I know I've been leaving you guys hanging. That was not my intention. Just with the way all of the circumstances fell out, I did not get to it. But last year I had some issues. We tried to get this legend car to the track for the last race so that I could race Wyatt, and I worked my tail off, did everything I could to try to get it ready, and right there at the very end my car would not crank. Me and Austin tried pushing it off, couldn't get any fire. I was frustrated. All of a sudden I noticed that my fuel was not pumping to my carburetors. Then whenever I changed and put Wyatt's fuel pump on my car, I still was not getting fuel to the carburetor, so I knew it had to be something with the fuel cell. For some reason, I have no fuel going to my motor. Dad poured some fuel or sprayed some fuel in the carburetor while we were spinning it over, and she fired right up. So I was like, okay, definitely a gas issue. I'm gonna show y'all this gas tank, and I'm pretty positive this is why my fuel pump went out and I was not getting gas to my carburetors. Y'all ready for this? So one of the reasons why is my fuel pickup right here was super loose. Look at that. It was moving like crazy everywhere. So when I took this off, look at the surprise I found. Huh. What is that? Ready for this? Let me get my light here. This is what I found inside of my fuel cell. Look at that. Foam. And it's like mud. Watch this. Check, or not mud. Watch this, guys. You talking about embarrassing as all get out? That foam is gone. And this is packed. I mean, packed like sand inside of my carburetors, which are brand new. So I'm pretty sure that ain't supposed to be in there. And that is one of the reasons I was having so many carburetor issues. So I have not pulled the carburetors off yet to see, but all four of them were getting no fuel. And my fuel pump and fuel filter is full of this stuff. I'm embarrassed as all get out. I'm not even gonna lie. That just goes to show right there the neglect. And it's on me. I take responsibility for this. I have neglected this car, and I mean, who pulls apart the fuel cell and looks down in there? The way these are sealed up like this, I mean, I opened that cap up and it's kind of hard to even see in there. So I never looked at that, and I've never pulled it apart. So anyway, I know now I'm going to learn to take it off, but I'm going to get this dumped out. We'll get it on the ground here so that you can see it all. And then I'm going to put some water in solution and just get this thing cleaned, and I'll leave it soaking overnight. So let's get this thing dumped out and see how bad it really is. So again, I'll say this. This is embarrassing. I do not think this is a choice of anybody's on the type of fuel you want to run in your car. And guys, I recommend, if you've got a car that's really old, do not do what I did and don't go over it and look over it, because this is what you end up with. And I had brand spanking new carburetors that are now pretty much packed tight with this junk. I know, rookie mistake, even though I'm not a rookie in this car. Rookie mistake. I'm gonna get this cleaned up, and I'm gonna get that thing cleaned up and get it soaking. So there we go. I've got the fuel cell soaking in my secret sauce, my cleaning solution, and I'm gonna let that sit overnight and just bake to the sides. It's foamed up real good, and I've got it all washed real nice, so that makes me feel a lot better. So the next thing we're gonna do is I'm gonna move over here and explain to you guys what we found on the rear end, and we'll go from there. So let's talk about this rear end. Besides it obviously being really dirty and needing to be pressure washed and repainted, you can see some of the paint flaking off and just the grit and grime. It's been on this thing for a long time. Let's talk about one of the main things that I've noticed. So right here is the left side axle. And we already showed you guys a video of us changing the rear gear in Wyatt's car. There's my rear gear that is out on mine. And this is what I have found. So you can see right here that this thing has either one, snapped before, and somebody put this sleeve over it and welded it up, or if any of you legend guys out there or anybody as knowledgeable of these can tell me, a few people have told me that this may be how these come. Now, one of the reasons why I'm not sure, you do see where they drilled it and did some plug welds. There's one here, there's one right here, and there's two right here. I understand that that may hold and may be fine, but why not go ahead and weld this thing all the way out? But this is the one major issue that I found, that this bearing right here was completely seized. And not only was it seized, but look at this. It is wiped out. It is very bad. So it's moving really bad. There's a lot of play. It's real crunchy. And this bearing right here was stuck. So it was spinning, right here was spinning inside of the housing. So instead of it actually rolling like this was stuck into this, and it was spinning inside. I'm the one who got this freed up with some PB Blaster, and that may be one of the reasons why we had smoke last year. So you ask, well, you may not ask, but I'm gonna tell you anyway, why I think this was broken and re-welded. Well, this is a new one. So we went and bought a brand new one, and I'll show you this one. One solid piece. No welds or anything. It just steps down and then steps up to where this one is one solid piece. You can see it's like, if I had my mics, I could mic it, but this is the same diameter all the way until right here, to where this one is a lot beefier and then swedges down to the same here. So everything here is new. I went and bought this from Sunny South, and you can see there's no play whatsoever in this bearing. It's nice and clean, rolls really good, and everything is good to go there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get this thing taken apart. I'm gonna get all these nuts and bolts off and store everything where it goes. And then I'm gonna come out here with my burr grinder and get this thing cleaned up the best I can, to where tomorrow I can get it washed and then hopefully get a coat of paint on it. So we'll do that. I'll get all the nuts and bolts out and get to cleaning. Man, that was a job right there. I know that may not have been very fun to watch, but it was very therapeutic, if I have to be honest, especially not being able to work. It was fun to just sit down and clean this up. I know it may not look like much, but I did knock down a bunch of the nastiness and get a little bit of grit and grime off of it and get it slicked down. So what it needs now, it needs a good super clean solution put on it. And then I'm gonna pressure wash this bad boy and then go to town with it. And she should be pretty good to start putting back together. But while we're talking about cleaning, Super Clean is officially one of our sponsors this year, so we're excited to announce that. Hopefully be able to keep all the cars looking really, really clean this year. So y'all be sure to go check out Super Clean. We're gonna be doing a ton of giveaways on their products. I know that if you follow a bunch of different channels, you see a bunch of guys doing a bunch of Super Clean giveaways. That's because them guys are just killing it when it comes to marketing. And we have been chosen as an official representation of Super Clean this year as a sponsorship. So we're getting our shipment of Super Clean products in. So we're gonna really be able to clean this really good. That stuff is powerful. So if you haven't tried it yet, you guys go try it. I'm not just saying that because they sponsor us. I'm saying it because it really does work. It's amazing. And we'll be giving away free samples of that stuff. But I'm gonna put this on hold for right now because I'm at a stopping point with it. I'm gonna go over here and show you guys a few more things on the car. It's gonna be a little bit of a shorter video tonight because I can't overdo it, but I wanted to get out here and get some work done. We're gonna go look at a few more things, talk about some of the future goals and plans with this car, and also tell you guys something that I don't know if I have discussed with y'all yet. One of our big issues that we had last year was this stud right here in the motor. It was completely stripped out. I could not get anything in there. It was just galled it all up. It was horrible. And so Wayne came over the other day and Wayne hooked me up big time with brand new studs for my exhaust. It's the really nice ones. Mr. Steve Edens over at SWE even mentioned these. They have the Allen head on the end of it so that you can really make sure you get it in there nice and good and make sure everything's clean. And then whenever you go to run your nut up, you can hold this so that it doesn't mess anything up there. But I'm excited about this because for the longest time I've been having issues. Oh, let me get this off. For the longest time I was having issues with this, and I know that that robs horsepower whenever you have no muffler on there. But now what this does is this allows me to get this on there, if I can get this with one hand, just like that, right? Come on, baby. It's like that. There you go. And I've got plenty of room now where it's not real long and bulky to be able to get that on there. So that's one of the good updates there, is I've got new studs. But what I wanted to talk to you guys is about some of the goals for this car this year. I'd mentioned in a video prior to this one that I may not be driving this one full time this year. One of the things that I'd like to do is I would really like to get Austin in this car. Austin's never driven it. Travis has come down and driven this car on a practice night in a video. No, we didn't video it, but he did come down and he did run this car and had a blast. These cars are really fun to drive, but they're a handful. But one of our goals this year is I really would like to get Austin behind the wheel and get Dad in the car as well, and possibly Wayne, just to get them some seat time so that we can have more driver options in case, you know, we need to race or in case something happens. But that's some of our goals this year, is to get, you know, somebody other than me in the car, even though I do want to drive it a lot. But that's the plan. But speaking of that, I do not know if we have mentioned this or not. Y'all make sure to mark on your calendars March 25th. It's a Friday night. For the first time for however many long years, if you're watching this and you know, let us know in the comments. But it has been, I know it's been at least 10 years, if not more. But we are running these legend cars on a dirt track at Hattiesburg Speedway. We've set up a race with Mr. Donald Parker. He's the owner of Hattiesburg Speedway, and he's allowing a group of us guys from Sunny South to race asphalt. to go to the dirt track to try our luck on that, to possibly get this class started on a local dirt track down here instead of just running at Sunny South. But that's going to be really cool. So Dad will be behind the wheel of this car at that race, which I'm excited. Dad has run a dirt race over in Louisiana one time whenever we were just starting out with this car, and so he gets some redemption. He came in second in that race. He gets some redemption to go over here, so it should be a really cool turnout. We're going to try to go live on our FFR Facebook page, so y'all make sure to go like that, and I'll keep y'all updated, you know, as it gets closer, just to remind you guys. But it's going to be really fun. I hate that I'm going to miss out, but hopefully that takes off and we can get more people interested in the legend cars and get more people on the track where we can make that a normal thing. I'm gonna do a final walkthrough and show you guys everything else that we still have left to do, and we're gonna call it a video, and we'll come back whenever I get a little bit more healed up to where I can walk and stand up a little bit longer, and we'll try to get this body off, get this car cleaned up, get the rotors on, and miscellaneous things like that taken care of before we fire it back off. So my final checklist has not been created yet, but this is all the front end parts and a bunch of the shocks and the exhausts and the rearview mirrors, different things like that. It's kind of spread out right here, but everything is right in this general location. The last thing I have to do on this one is I'm going to rebuild the mount for this oil cooler. This one's just real heavy and bulky. It needs to be redone. I've definitely got to take these carburetors off and clean them out. I do have an extra spare set that I may clean them out and just swap them on and then go back through these and clean these out really good. I've got to blow this fuel line out, make sure it's nice and clean. And then I talked to you guys about taking the body off and getting this thing washed really good. And just going over everything, getting the rear end put back on, getting the rotors, making a roller again. And then I've got a brand new fuel pump, brand new fuel foam, and all the good front end parts for that. We'll get the battery charged up, and then that'll be it for this Legend. But other than that, guys, that's it for tonight. I got a little bit done, and it's forward progress to get closer to the 2022 season. So again, mark your calendars. March 25th will be the first race with the 13 Legend, and we should have everything back together. And then March 12th will be Wyatt's first race in his car over at Sunny South Raceway. So y'all can be on the lookout for that video. But thank you guys so much for hanging out with me tonight. I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And the video for the 2,000 subs, we've passed the 2,500 mark, hopefully by now. And so we'll be doing another giveaway at 3,000. But next video, I will be doing the 2,000 subscriber giveaway and also be doing Dad's Oink Oink giveaway for the $25. So y'all stay blessed. We'll catch you guys in the next one.